Welcome back to We Never Learned the Rules in this episode 25 of our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. My name is Brendan, and I am joined here by Evan and Anna, who are playing Baptiste and Sim. Though it will not sound like it in the podcast, because all these episodes will come out one right after the other. It's been like 2.5, 3 months since we were able to record together last for this campaign.
This happens all the time.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
It's like every third episode. It's been 3 months.
Ugh. Yeah, but that's just life for right now.
Right.
Your fall semester can't end soon enough.
Yeah, man. We're getting close
I know.
to maybe having a more regular schedule.
Yeah, and you guys still need to come down and see my house.
Yeah.
Need to make dinner for you.
I've
or
seen
something.
from the outside.
Have you been out on the outside?
Why? How? When?
I'm just being creepy. Like I'm
I was
stalking
going to say,
him.
like, why the fuck didn't you come inside? I don't care if you're stalking me. I'll make you a pie.
I want the thrill of watching you.
Well, and I was just offended he didn't bring me along. I like a good stalking as much as the next person.
You heard it here first, folks. We never learned the rules. Professional stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But only if pie's involved.
Only if pie's involved.
Yeah.
I guess. What a weird... We're really stalking pie, not people.
Yeah.
Brennan just makes pie and we're like, oh yeah, what is that, apple?
Oh, yeah. The only worthwhile pie.
I don't have to disagree.
It's a hot take, but it is the correct one nonetheless. What are you doing? Putting potatoes in your pie? Fuck you.
Oh no, sweet potato pie is amazing.
It is disgusting.
I love sweet potato. I love all pies, but special place.
Not all pies are created correctly. Okay, so this is not We Never Learned the Rules. This is Pies. I can't think of a clever title. I'm sorry. I've let you down. I've let my mother down. And most importantly, I've let myself down.
It's just pies, buddy. It's okay.
Last episode, you guys murdered pretty much the equivalent to a state senator.
Okay.
I mean, he's actually not dead yet. It hasn't been 10 minutes.
He's got some time.
It's been 2.5 months, but it has not been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty confident thing for you to say. Yeah, so you murdered him. You met his son right after you murdered him, and he thinks his dad is still alive.
We didn't really meet him.
Well, I mean, he came in. What's meeting, but a general passing.
Yep.
All right, and after that murder, Sim took on the form of Lord Talbot, and that is where we're going to pick back up on this episode 25. On this episode 25 of We Never Learned the Rules. Sim, you now have the bag of holding with Talbot's currently still alive, body.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Might not be that way for much longer. What would you like to do?
Okay, so, I can't see Mo, and so I'm sort of like, oh shit, what do I do about this? But I just got to stick to the plan. So, I mean, I'm going to pick up the bag, keep it with me, and I'm going to go into Talbot's room. And as I'm going into his room, I want to change into looking like him.
Okay. Yeah, you change into Talbot, the very familiar form of his tieflingness.
Yeah. And
I forgot he was a tiefling.
Yeah.
I just am picturing a white guy this whole time.
How racist.
I'm sorry. I thought the white guy was in power.
As soon as I get in there, I want to just look for, I'm in guard's clothing. So I want to look for a dresser or a wardrobe, a closet.
This is a very big room that serves as a bedroom. There are multiple doorways leading in and out of the room with a massive set of windows looking out over the bay. Roll me a investigation I'm just realizing for our listeners here, in the 3-month period where we weren't playing, I was playing Delta Green in a store with other people, and I don't quite remember D&D's skills.
Investigation is one of them.
Yes, no, I had to go like through 3. I'm like, roll search. No, wait, spot hidden. No, that's Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, investigation.
Investigation. That's going to be a 15.
All right. You do manage to open up one of the doors into a servant's hallway that immediately leads into what you would assume to be Talbot's closet. He doesn't dress himself. The servants do.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm watching a lot of Downton Abbey, and they have their servants dress them as well.
Really? What? You just like T-pose and they like go put clothes on you?
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah. And to be fair, I mean,
Man.
clothing used to be a lot more complicated. I mean, you couldn't get into your corset on your own.
Yeah.
And
Lazy.
the whatnot. Yeah.
Talbot wears a corset?
Well, no, I'm talking about Downton
Actually,
Abbey.
no, you do see there are some corsets in
Oh.
there. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, naturally, I'm drawn to the corset. But I quickly realized that's going to be difficult to get on by myself.
I said corsets. He has a wide
Yeah.
selection,
Oh,
both under
okay,
and
well.
over clothing.
Do any of the corsets look easily put on, like by myself?
No, that would be too gauche of him. He would only put on corsets that the help had to put him into. Shows his
Okay.
wealth.
Okay, well, I will just look for something that looks about the same level of fanciness that I've seen Talbot wearing the other times that I've run into him. Just look for something there-ish, like.
Yeah, you're able to find a very fancy. Well, what do you find? I mean, it's definitely more Victorian / Edwardian
Yeah.
going on,
So,
but more colorful and with magical fabrics.
yeah, I would definitely be. So, like I said, I'm looking for something that looks similar to what I've seen him wearing. So, not fancy, that it's more for lounging and not being around people. Cause like I certainly have to return to that meeting and things like that. But also nothing that looks like, fit for a ball. I'm going to pick something that's like on the more glitzy side though, because that's what Sim would do,
Yeah, and because this universe was never infected with that one bastard who thought black suits was the way to go, everything is very colorful. So what color are you going in?
Definitely.
And remember, he's purple, so better not clash.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse?
Yeah.
Is that a color?
Yeah, it's like green, right?
Actually, purple and green do go together.
Chartreuse color. Yeah, chartreuse.
All right.
Going with some chartreuse, yeah.
Okay.
Lots of rhinestones as well.
Yeah, you managed to find a very expensive looking outfit and you put that on. And what would you like to do?
I'm going to sort of find a mirror and just collect myself. Like, okay, Sim, you can do this. You're Talbot. I'm going to run through trying to mimic his voice, best I can. And
Okay.
just okay, one fire at a time. I got to get back to that meeting. This lunch hour is probably almost up. And it also then hits me that it has been well over 10 minutes. And I look at the bag of holding for a moment or two, just rip. And I'm going to put the bag of holding. Is there a large pocket or something? I want to keep it with me.
Oh, yeah, you're able to keep it with you. We'll say this outfit has a cape, and you can kind of keep it at the small of your back.
Sweet. Okay, so I'll do that.
The cape is very billowing and voluminous, so, it's hidden back there in all the folds.
Great. All right. And I'm going to head back out the way I had come in, back into that hall to head back towards that meeting room.
Yeah, you go out of the servants' quarters and out of Talbot's quarters into the hall, just in time to see another tiefling coming towards you. And when they see you, their face kind of lights up in a general air of pleased to see you, and they approach you, and before you know what's happening, they're kissing you square on the lips.
Is this a female, a male? I can't tell.
They are wearing a dress, bright pink lipstick on, with dark blue eyes. They definitely appear more non-binary than anything else. And they kind of look back and, darling, we were coming and looking for you. Are you all composed? The lunch hour's ending, and we were looking to get back to it.
Yes. I just thought I'd freshen up a bit during the lunch hour, you know.
And they look concerned. Oh, are you feeling okay? Did something disagree with you? Are you doing okay?
Oh no, I'm totally fine. I just, looking for a change. I sort of like flourish with my clothes. Like I just wanted to change it up, nothing like a new outfit to make you feel like a new tiefling.
And it looks wonderful on you, dear.
Oh, thank you. You
roll performance with advantage.
Oh, so bad. But I do have a +8, so that's going to be a 13.
Yeah, they don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It was a very low check on that. It was more, did you fuck something up beyond recognition? Or because in spy shows, whenever someone takes like the identity of someone else, like instantly everyone's like always on the lookout for, you are not that person that I know. Yeah. But no one's looking that deeply.
No
at
one's
that
that
stuff.
distrustful always.
No. In fact, typically when you know someone's face, you're pretty trustful even when they are out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first thought isn't, oh my God, it's the IMF and it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Wearing a face.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Well, shall we?
After you.
I'm going to head. I had found my way up here from
it's
the meeting room. So
it's no issue. I was trying to find their name because one second. You do recognize this tiefling as part of Talbot's family, most likely their spouse, but go ahead and roll me a history check to see if you know their name.
We did see like a portrait of him.
Yeah, that's where Sim recognizes them from.
I don't think so, buddy. That's a 6.
Yeah, for the life of you, you do not know Talbot's spouse's name.
Well, it's time to be introduced to some new pet names, methinks. Well, my nightingale, shall we?
They blush a little and take your hand, and I imagine you head back to the War Council.
Yep.
Yeah.
With my nightingale.
My night and evening stars.
My moon and my stars. Yeah.
You arrive at the War Council. Everyone appears like they are just wrapping up lunch, making their way back into this room. It's a little intimidating at how much they aren't, as Sim, you're used to people just never giving you the time of day. And when you walk into this room as Talbot, they all immediately look to you as their leader, as their boss, in many ways, their commander and the ultimate power in the room. You have never felt this amount of command effortlessly, offered to you by other people.
And I love it. Yes. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So when I go into the room, I'm just going to try to get my bearings. I'm like looking at everything. I really wish I had those glasses we have in Cthulhu so I could be recording everything that I'm seeing and can show it to others later. But yeah, I am just like looking around, like trying to bring, take as much in as possible. And I guess I'll find where, because I had been in that room, so I'll just go to where Talbot had been standing.
Yeah, it's at the head of the war table, and there is presumably his throne there, with a smaller throne to his right that his spouse primly sits in on the edge of their seat. And as soon as you sit, the rest of the council begins. And you see they're walking through their plans for attacking the next monstrosity that they believe is going to rise. Looking around the room, go ahead and roll me a insight check.
Blump.
20, not nat.
Nice.
Yeah, so you actually do, and this kind of surprises you, you have a pretty good grasp of who everyone in the room is and kind of their purpose for being there. Maybe you were in a really crappy, fantasy war movie where they had you in a war room. And you realized, oh, the screenwriter must have gotten this pretty accurate because, like, I kind of know what they're all doing. Like, there's the spy organization, there's the Knights of the Mother, there's the head of Talbot's armies, and like so on and so forth. Everything you would need to plan a war, and you do kind of get what they're saying. They are planning the logistics and the expenses of moving the Talbot armies to attack the monstrosity as it rises in the Anbrook Mountains in the nation of Catrizia.
So this sounds like this is the next rising.
Yes.
I'm just going to do like one of those, like, hand on chin, like stroking it thoughtfully, nodding while they talk, and I guess because I kind of want to find out like how they know that this is the next one.
Yeah, the Knights of the Mother seem to be the ones that know where it's going to rise next.
Of course they do.
The leader of the Knights of the Mother contingent is dressed in like very fine, polished armor, nice blonde head of hair, human, standing maybe 6'2", well muscled under there, and his name is Jaden Locke, and he is the head of the Freyhost Commandery.
So I'm going to turn to this Jaden Locke. When there's like a normal pause and things, and just thank you very much for This information is, of course, very helpful. And I'm sort of addressing the whole room as well. Like, so I've been thinking that how are we ever going to get ahead if all we're doing is looking to the very next rising? And then looking at Jaden, is there any way, we can figure out, get ahead, figure out what the next few risings are going to be? I mean, is there any way we can figure out the whole order?
Well, Lord Talbot, from what we can tell, these risings are going to be proceeding in an exponential fashion. Each one that rises is two that now will raise the next two, who will then raise the next four, who will then raise the next 8. And if we do not stop them in their tracks currently, it will get a lot worse.
That makes sense.
Gotta slow the curve.
Yes.
God damn it. Okay.
We recommend quarantining.
How can we quarantine these monsters?
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Is there no way to stop them before they rise? I mean, is there a way to dismantle or what's the word I'm looking for?
Deactivate?
Deactivate. Yeah. Is there a way to deactivate them before?
If there is, we have been unable to discover that so far. We've only witnessed the rising here in Freyhost, and we've only just received word back of the rising in Dominthus.
So
we have not had the time to study these things that we would like. If we managed to destroy one after it rises, that would give our magicians and our wizards and our warlocks the chances to take one of these things apart and figure out how to stop more of them from rising. And make no mistake, my lord, but there are more of them, and we have to get ahead of them before it just becomes unsustainable.
Okay, that makes sense. You've got your men on it?
Well, yes, but we will need your armies as well, Lord Talbot. That's why we're here planning, so we can prepare the logistics for moving an entire army of men into another nation.
My men, you shall have them.
Yes, we know. That's why we're here.
Of course you know, but I'm telling you again.
They're kind of looking at each other like, okay, sure. We'll roll with this.
I'm definitely digging into when I played that role, and I'm like just using some of those lines.
The Talbot's spouse kind of leans close to your ear and just whispers to you, Are you feeling all right?
Yes, my sweet sugar pumpkin. I'm feeling quite well.
If you're sure, darling.
And I'm going to like put my hand on their hand reassuringly, just like.
They take it and grip it.
I do a soft grip back. Like, anyways, I'm sorry. This is all just, very, very disturbing, of course. But we're all very concerned, and perhaps it's getting to me a bit. What are our next steps?
Well, it's mostly preparing the payments and the shipments of food, the supply chain that the armies will need as they go forth, and then the treaties with Catrizia and with Catrizia and Queen Storm on the horizon.
Do I know what Catrizia or what storm?
Catrizia is the new place it's heading.
Okay.
Queen Storm, I don't know.
Roll history.
21.
You do know of Catrizia. It is a land of tabaxi, and Queen Storm on the horizon is just the name of their ruler.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Wait, it was the name of the ruler of Catrizia?
Okay. How do you spell Catrizia?
Catrisia.
Of course it fucking is.
I'm just looking through the...
give me a break. At least it's not Mount Doom.
So Catrizia, that's where this next one is headed. And
correct.
So they just mentioned a treaty that will be made with them.
Yes, of course, Lord Talbot. Catrizia is, as you know, a friendly state to ours, but we still need to have their permission to bring our armies into their lands. Reassurances that we are not there to invade and take over, but to help protect them. And Jaden is a little almost slimy as he says that, but it's very subtle.
Okay. But I do pick up on a little bit of sliminess.
Just a little bit of sliminess. Just like a microcosm of slime.
And of course, I am already distrusting of pretty much everyone in this room right now because I'm just trying to see what's going on. So, well, and then this treaty should be no big deal, right? I mean, because we are just going to protect them, right?
Yes, but Queen Storm may require some... or at least may ask for some concessions that we would preferably not want to give them.
Such as what? I just so I know what to expect.
Observers with our armies, telling us where and when we can go places in the nation, things that might impede the movement of our forces. I
understand the importance for, our autonomy with our armies. However, we will be in their lands, and I do believe it is important to respect that. So I'm going to need our people working with, collaborating with the people of Catrizia. We need to be respectful.
Of course, my lord. We will make sure that the emissaries bring that point across to the queen, and it should smooth over any ruffled feathers, or I suppose in this case you could say ruffled scruffs.
Oh, you clever man.
He's looking around like it wasn't that good of a joke. Like, I didn't even think it made that much sense, but okay, sure. Yes, of course, my lord.
I recognize that no one else found that quite so funny, so I was like, oh shit, like I gotta.
Well, as lord, they're all just like, yes, of course, yes, yes, quite hilarious.
Yes, okay, fabulous. This is great.
And Talbot's spouse leans in. I think you should call a break, darling. I do think you should take some time to rest. I do not think you're feeling well.
You know what? My starlight fairy, I think you are onto something. I could use a nice lie down. I declare a break, I say to the room.
And Jaden looks a little surprised at this, and so does everyone else. For how long, my lord?
I think 3 hours should do the trick, speaking of Catrizia, I think a nice cat nap is in order. And I'm just going to stand up. I'm going to clearly no one's really liking my joke. I'm just going to stand up, straighten my outfit, and see you in 3 hours and head straight for the door.
Okay.
Quickly.
Mo.
Yes.
What have you been up to?
Okay, so I immediately just went out the door. I'm in a very tense emotional state right now.
Yes.
And I figured I'd just find my way to somewhere secret, where I can shed the invisibility.
Okay.
And I wherever Tano is, I'm sure I just completely pass her.
Okay. Yeah, you pass her and she's kind of wringing her little mouse paws, waiting anxiously for any sign of her friends to come back out. Friends and lover.
Yeah. And I see that, and I still continue on because even though I can tell she's anxious, I'm not in a place to be sharing what I've done with her, knowing she would.
Speaking of which,
I can picture her face when I say I've done it. Did we change your
alignment?
I don't know what my alignment is in the first place.
I definitely think it's, if you were
it's lawful good.
Yeah,
lawful is gone.
Let's take that down to. I don't even think you're good. I think it's just lawful at the moment.
Neutral.
I don't think you're quite evil yet, but yeah, you're definitely headed that direction.
I don't even know how to change that, so just take a mental note. Yes. Anna, if you could write that down in the notes.
That sim is now...
Mo is now
lawful
neutral.
So I think I would probably see that, and it hurts, but I can kind of picture Tano's face when I tell her that I've done it, and I don't want to experience that in real life. So I think I would just head back to the hotel, and then I go to the bar, and I literally just put the money down for a drink, and I don't say a word.
Okay.
And
they take you what do you want? Beer? Whiskey?
Something strong.
Whiskey. And they pour this guy has no bartending knowledge at all, and just takes a normal glass for beer and fills it like you would a beer and just passes it to you.
Before he has the opportunity to put the bottle away, I'll say, wait, give me that.
Okay, I guess. There you go. Yes.
And I grab it and I'll say, I guess it's on the bill or something. And I'm just going to go head upstairs.
Okay.
and I am going to close the door behind me, take like a big like glug, 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 probably like 3 glugs.
It's a scientific term.
And then sit on the floor, lock the door, sit on the floor, and just probably start crying.
How long are you crying?
I'm trying to like probably for like an hour at least. Yeah. And then I think as time passes, I'm just like playing that over and over in my head, like thinking about this family I just ruined. And like, you know, everything we talked about before with like, oh, this needs to happen. I need to be like this hero to
roll deception,
like save people from like doing the terrible thing. Oh, fuck that. I'm going to use the computer. 17.
And what is your passive perception?
10.
Sorry, I just realized I was going off of Delta Green rules again. It's been like, yeah. Again, I learned the rules, then I promptly forgot them. You are unable to deceive yourself. You have now ruined 2 families. Yours.
Okay.
And now the Talbots.
Yes.
And it's becoming a pattern.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like I'm getting ready and ruining this 3rd family that I've built.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't like seem to like control.
Yeah.
Do I not? So he ruined his family. This is information I don't have.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of that was related. I mean, you told Sim that, you know, you just found the tower like 2 weeks ago, but not the information on what also came with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then upon this realization, I have this like strong urge, like it doesn't even matter what it is. I need to like, in a very Catholic sense, start balancing the scales.
Would you say nothing really matters?
Tomb ho.
Bum, 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 bum.
We wrote an entire, I'm sorry, not we, Anna wrote an entire song, which may or may not have appeared in a podcast yet. If it just takes Queen's,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. It's now the Mohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian, that's better. I just had Rhapsody and Mo.
And it's all about Mo. Okay, if we ever start a Patreon, we will get a master done of that song with real musicians and everything. We'll
just find the karaoke track and we'll sing over it.
Yes.
Yeah, excuse the fuck out of me. I am a real musician.
We'll use auto-tune. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
No, so I slowly, I think, would start hatching a plan to try and rectify the situation in some way.
Which situation? Because there are 3 of them.
2 out of 3. My goal is to, because of problems I assume are occurring back in my farm, I start thinking maybe I can take this kid, which from what I assume is a toxic home environment where he's going to be like trained to be an evil leader like Talbot, and then sort of, you know, send him to my parents' farm. They're great parents. I know they're amazing parents. Like, look how I turned out.
I was going to say.
I mean, like, despite these awful circumstances,
yeah,
I saw myself
Evan,
as a very
have
good
your
person.
next Call of Cthulhu character take a sand damage, please.
Right.
Everything's connected.
Mo sees this not necessarily as a fault of his parents and them, like his parent. He believes his parents are like amazing. They raised him really well. It's a matter of like circumstance and like him being somewhat reckless, I guess. So he wants to kidnap Talbot's son. And
would you say Mo's life has just begun and now he's gone and thrown it all away?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Take that kid to my parents so they can raise them. And then that helps my parents in their shitty situation, being that, you know, as a couple of aging farmers, their only strong, youthful son up and left.
Yes.
So
how are you going to get Talbot's son?
So I'm going to wait for nightfall, and I need to communicate with Sim in terms of maybe like as Talbot giving the orders to go take the son somewhere safe, because the law is aware of an elf assassin on home territory.
How are you going to get that info to Sim?
Keela, I'll write a note and then she'll deliver it.
All right, you write a note to Keela and Sim. Roll me another insight check, please. Like, you've had a tense few hours with Talbot's spouse. They seem very concerned and doting as you're lying down, like checking your temperature and stuff. Roll an insight.
That's going to be 23.
Thankfully, you aren't just, having to resort to calling them all sorts of pet names, because you do manage to suss their real name out, and it is Zarin Talbot.
Very good. I'm still going to be using the pet names, though.
It's for the consistency.
Yeah, but of course.
Yeah.
But that is good to know.
But yeah, a few hours have passed, and you hear a tapping at the window. A rapping. A tapping at your chamber door. It's just the wind and nothing more.
Wait, are other people in the room?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Zarin is probably left at this point.
Okay.
They said, we will come back to check on you in an hour or two, my darling. Just rest for now. Close your eyes. I will have the servants bring something up. Do you think you could handle some soup?
Oh, Zarin, my beautiful bird princess song. You're wonderful. Yes, soup would be wonderful. And I add a little at the end.
I think at this point you're just milking it, but of course. And they head out, and after they leave and Keela sees that you are alone in the room, there is a rap at your door. At the window.
At the window, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the window. And...
The outside door, because of course he would have a balcony.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I will go to my Juliet's balcony.
It's a big balcony. It's like the size. It's a big balcony.
It's like a deck, like a full-on normal people deck, but...
Not like a normal people deck, a rich people deck.
Okay.
It's a big deck.
It's a nice big deck.
Yeah.
You can have a dick party.
I like a large deck for parties. Yeah.
I love it how I've told you two that, and it's become your thing.
It's like my favorite thing. I like parties on large decks. Yeah, so I'll head out onto my large deck, and yeah.
Keela flies down and lands on your finger, and the little receipt paper prints out saying, what does it say exactly, Mo?
I figured I probably need to sell this in person.
Okay.
So I'll say we need to meet. I will be in the tavern at the Salty Cat at midnight tonight. And then like bring Tano. I haven't talked to Tano yet.
Yeah. Where is Tano exactly still?
She is probably across the street from the entrance to Talbot's Manor.
Right. She's like, what the fuck is going on, guys?
It's been hours.
Hours.
Yeah.
You took a nap. Mo left.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, Tano. Wait, it says in the note for me to bring Tano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I put like a please destroy this immediately.
I'm able to respond back through Keela or no?
Yeah, you just speak to Keela and Keela will print it out.
So I will send back a message. Midnight sounds good. Should be able to get loose from the old ball and chain by then. See you soon. Your friend, T.
Oh my God.
And I'll send that.
Okay, yeah, you do get that message back. Yeah, and you do head back to the war meeting for a little bit, just finalizing the treaty and everything, what you'll need to do to get the army into Catrizia.
I have a question.
Yes.
I assume there are troops fighting the elves elsewhere.
Yes.
Are they still maintaining there, or are you going to pull them out of that for these monsters?
Wait, where are they?
Fighting elves on the other planet.
Oh, yeah.
They are on a different planet, yeah.
Has it been brought up in my meeting?
No.
No.
Like, presumably, you're looking at like what you would assume is a full army's worth of soldiers here. Presumably, there are more Talbot soldiers fighting elsewhere, but Talbot would probably know where, and asking about it might raise some suspicion.
Yeah, I'm going to sit on that one for now.
Yep.
Okay.
I got too much going on. I need to know what's up with Mo, but it's a good point.
All right. So you have the meeting set up, and you break for the day with the planning. Everyone has their list of tasks that they presumably were really just there to get your permission for. It appears that Talbot isn't so much the planner of the army, the tactician of the armies, but he's still like the commander ultimately, and they have to get permission before they undertake any tasks. So,
question.
Yes.
Was Sim able to suss out whether any of those people was Garrick?
Yeah. That he was the head of the spies.
Okay. That blonde person?
The blonde guy
no.
was
Head of the
Jaden Locke.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The spies were largely silent in the meetings. There was not a lot to contribute except for some general knowledge about Catrizia and the state of politics over there.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So what time is it when we break?
You probably break about 8, so you've got quite a few hours ahead of you.
Okay.
So unless you want to role play anything there, we can kind of redline through that.
Does it appear that like a lot of rich, fancy people have? Do I have separate sleeping quarters from my spouse?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And
it is quite a nice dinner, unlike Mo, who probably wanders down from his room about 9 at night to, get something to eat. And it's just whatever they caught that day in the harbor. Maybe some squid, fried squid. You have like a 12-course meal. Zarin is there. Your son, sorry, not your son, Talbot's son.
yeah.
Yeah, Valros Talbot, but both Zarin and you get the sense that Varel called him Val.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And his horns are just little nubbins that are just starting to grow.
Cute. How old is he?
He's maybe 10, 11.
Okay. So I'll come when I come down to dinner. I imagine my spouse and my son are sitting there already. And my first thought is, who the fuck is this kid? Because
thankfully you have a pretty high enough insight and perception and stuff that it clicks just a moment later, like, oh shit, this is Talbot's kid.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Talbot has a kid. Had. Oh no.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I imagine that the beginning of the dinner is perhaps a little rocky. It certainly involves some like a little bit of like, hey there, kiddo and buddy and son. I say those things until a few minutes in. I imagine Zarin uses his name, and so then I know what his name is, and I just make sort of small talk like I imagine would be interesting to a child.
You have small talk like you would expect. It's definitely a very Prince and the Pauper type situation going on, except the prince is dead and currently in the bag at the small of your back at dinner. So, yeah, that's a pleasant thought.
Yeah.
Whenever he tentatively smiles at you, you just feel that weight resting against you.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
In my observations during dinner, how does the relationship seem between Zarin and Val?
It's pretty close. I mean, probably as close as the guy who built the Titanic in Downton Abbey, that actor, the main dude.
Okay.
The old guy. What's his name?
The father?
Yeah.
He didn't build it.
In the movie Titanic by James Cameron, he is also the architect of the Titanic.
Oh.
Yeah. He plays, I know his name.
Oh, the actor played those two different characters. I thought you were saying the character in Downton Abbey.
No, Downton Abbey also involved with the Titanic, oddly enough, but no.
But I was like, no.
He also had a role in the Titanic.
Lord Grantham.
Yeah, it seems very much like a Lord Grantham type situation.
With any of his daughters.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, like loves them, but in a very detached manner.
And does Zarin appear to be like parental to Val?
Yeah, you do get the sense that both Talbot and Zarin have a loving relationship with Val, if not a bit detached due to the realities of living in such a large palace where servants and the like take care of some of the more mundane tasks that would typically bond a parent and child together.
Okay.
So, they're not really spending more time together outside of than just like these dinners and occasional things like that. It's not what commoners would call a healthy relationship.
So, yeah, we'll have our dinner and certainly one of my topics of conversation, because Sim doesn't really interact with kids a whole lot. But definitely like, hey Val, so what movies have you, or what are they called? What Sienna pictures have you seen recently?
Oh, and he looks at Zarin a little nervously, not like Zarin's going to punish them, but yeah, Zarin definitely seems like the stricter of the two parental figures in Val's life. You get the sense Talbot was a bit more lenient and the one Val would go to when he really wanted something, and Zarin was maybe more of the firm boundaries type of parent. But yeah, he's seen some cyano pictures, and he relates a few very artful, tasteful films that really would bore the fuck out of a kid his age. It's like, oh yes, Papa, I have seen
like the Tree of Life or something.
I saw the Tree of Life and Citizen Kane recently. About a citizen from the planet Kane.
Oh, Val, wow. I'm very impressed by your tastes. But you haven't seen Owl Attack 3? Owlbear Attack 3? I hear that's very action filled and
Zarin like puts a hand on you. Darling, that type of filth will just rot his mind.
Oh, yes. My sweet strawberry plum. You're right. I'm sorry, Val. You are very good to stay away from such filth. As my sweet kissy worm had just put it. Sorry, did I say worm? I meant turtle dove.
Oh my God.
And Sim realizes that the wine is starting to get to to their mind, and maybe they should have slowed down a little bit. So,
well, you do have a 12-course meal to, sober up. So,
yeah. Sorry. Let's talk about something else. How about how do you like my outfit?
And the dinner continues about as awkwardly as that.
Sim just bumbling through. Because let me make this very clear. Not only is Sim out of their element in terms of this is like rich people shit, but also Sim has probably attended, like, the number of family dinners Sim has been a part of in their life could be counted on one hand. So this is a completely new experience.
Well, that's really sad.
Yeah.
All right. So come midnight, do you slip out of the mansion?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you make your way back to the Salty Cat Manor. I imagine you stop looking like Talbot and just look like a guard.
Yep, that's how I escape.
And you see,
or slip out.
You see Tano, and she sees you first. Sim, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Where's Mo?
Back at the tavern. I
wait. When did you do? I've been here all night. What's he? I thought.
I don't know.
How long has he been there?
I mean, and I think about it, like, he left about, when would you say, like
8 hours or so ago?
Yeah. Like, he left like 8 hours ago. I don't.
What?
I would have assumed he would have come and got
hours?
you. I don't know why he didn't come get you, but he said to bring
looking
you now.
at Tano, her ears droop back, and she looks both hurt and kind of pissed.
I'm really sorry, Tano, and I mean, I couldn't get away.
Not at you.
Yeah. Let's go talk to him. I mean, something must have. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Entirely.
Did you do it?
It's done.
Have you tried throwing the marshal badge away?
No, that hadn't even occurred to me. Let's go meet up with Mo, and I'm just gonna sort of like pull her by the hand and like over to the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, it takes about 30 minutes, but you get back to the tavern. And you head inside. And are you up in your room crying again, or are you kind of just morosely picking at dinner that went cold 4 hours ago?
I think I've transitioned from being like really like sad and downtrodden to like I'm distracting myself and I have to make situations better. So like my mind is definitely like 100% on work right now. And I'm like, I assume I'm upstairs just frantically like working on stuff and like making plans. I may even have like a string board.
Oh God.
And that's where, so yeah, I'm just in my room.
Yeah, so you head in and you don't.
And you hear like smells and stuff.
You hear smells.
You smell that familiar dank scent.
God damn it, Evan!
Coming from my room.
It's pretty dank.
Did you put Red Bull in the coffee maker again?
What? Ew.
That's that joke about like I can hear smells now or whatever.
Yeah, so you do come in and you don't see Mo immediately in the main dining area of the Salty Cat, but heading upstairs, you do hear noises coming from his room, and Tano's right at your feet.
He said to meet in the tavern, but he's clearly in there, and I like pinch my nose, like it does not smell good. I'll knock,
and I assume like the deadlock's on it. So I like pop it open and like poke my head out. I'm like, okay, thank God. And I close the door and unlatch it and then open it up. It's like, come on. And like, there's a really hurried pace. Like,
Mo, what the hell is that smell?
You said to meet in the tavern. Like, can't we go back to that first plan?
No. And I quick like move around you and like close the door behind everyone. I'm like, no, we need like 100% privacy right now.
Okay, man, I guess. Can we at least crack a window?
I think the lack of airflow will prevent sound from traveling outside. So
yeah, but with the lack of airflow, it might prevent us from ever leaving this room.
Okay, fine. I like crack it like just a little bit.
I'm going to sit right by the window so I can keep like sticking my nose out the crack.
Just sucking fresh air in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a plan.
Okay. Plan for what? What's
Mo?
Hey, yeah, nice to see you. This plan, though, check it out.
You left. I'm sorry, though. You left Tano?
You left? What the hell?
8 hours? She was just standing there? You know I couldn't leave. I was too busy being Talbot.
I haven't even eaten today. I thought you were in there and I was getting worried and I was waiting for you.
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot to do right now. So I'm really sorry. Like it just skipped my mind.
And just blowing past me, dropping the bag at my feet. Like you said nothing. I didn't know what was going on.
What did you expect?
What do you mean? What did I expect? You were invisible. You didn't have to leave.
You wanted me to stop and chit chat?
I mean, I don't know. Filling me in a little bit. Like
he wasn't there. What else needed to be said?
I could have used you as a second pair of eyes and ears in the meeting before it ran up the invisibility. I mean, you could have done something else. Like you just ditched and abandoned. And I gestured to Tano. Like, you don't think this is hard on everybody? Did you know that Talbot has a son?
And then like you can see like my eyes like change, right? From like powerful to like almost like, like sad, and like he almost like tears start forming. And I was like, I'm like, yes, Sim, I fucking know.
Well, I mean, I don't get why you're so upset. I had to spend the most awkward dinner of my life. Family dinner, I mean, that is foreign territory for me. Okay? I've had more dinners on set in movies than I've had with my own family.
You convinced me we were killing a criminal, a monster. Turns out it was a loving fucking father. Why do you think I'm upset? Why do you think I'm upset?
Well, just because he's a loving father doesn't mean he is a good person overall.
Okay, which brings me to my plan. We need to get that kid out of that house. He's not safe there. He's going to grow up in that environment being a real asshole just like Talbot. It's a circle. We can break this chain, right? We can do good for this country if we get that kid out of there.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that his life, he seems great. I mean, he has questionable taste in cyano pictures, but he doesn't seem that unhappy. I mean,
Talbot was an asshole. Like, it's the environment. Like, he can't be raised in a world like that and not becoming a powerful asshole like his dad.
I don't know.
So
Talbot's spouse, Zarin, it seems really nice.
Okay. I have nicer people.
Who? What are you talking about? What do you mean you have nicer people?
I've got a plan. My parents could use some help at the farm. They're the best people I know. They taught me everything. Before all of this shit, I was... Anyways, they know how to raise a child who can be a good leader someday.
Wait. So you're proposing that we kidnap Talbot's kid?
You're saying that like it's something crazy, like it's something...
I mean,
like
I'm just,
beyond what we've done before.
I'm just trying to understand. Like, we're already walking on thin ice here. Like, I'm not Talbot.
Yeah, but you are Talbot now. And there is an elf who's an assassin in this town looking to kill nobles and maybe lineage of a noble. Wouldn't it be smart to keep that kid safe somewhere secret?
Okay.
You have the power to do that. Send that kid somewhere safe, somewhere nurturing, and somewhere loving, where he can learn a hard day's work on a farm, and then my parents won't have to suffer anymore. This is a win-win.
You're proposing, okay, so
this is a win-win.
You're proposing that me, as Talbot, plan to send my kid away somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm. You can even say you don't even know where it is. You don't even have to know where it is.
But,
you can say the tower. I'm still a marshal, air quotes. Just command me to go take him somewhere safe out of your knowledge. And then it's like,
okay,
no interrogation or anything could ever disclose where that is. That seems
and
like
I suppose, okay, so if this is my plan, then it would not. Okay, so yeah, we are technically kidnapping this kid, but to everyone else involved, to Zarin, to everyone, it looks like I'm sending my son somewhere to be safe, right?
Yeah, yes.
So it's not going to raise any red flags when I don't send out a search party for him.
You'll instruct it. You'll give the order.
Okay, but what do we tell everyone else? I mean, people are going to notice my son is gone. I just say I've sent him somewhere safe.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to have another Talbot who gets a hold on some other poor adventurer like us who has to go and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that power should not exist.
It makes sense.
We have an opportunity to make a bad situation good.
The kid is pretty cool. I'd hate to have to kill him in another few years. That's a good point.
Tano lets out like a little bit of a choked sob.
Tano, what's wrong?
Nothing.
No, Tano.
Nothing's wrong.
Tano,
everything's fine. We're good.
Tano is clearly not getting. Mo, what has gotten into you? You abandoned Tano for 8 hours. She's clearly distraught and everything's okay.
I'm sorry.
What is going on with you?
I needed some time alone. Okay. Because I didn't want to look at that or you
had it. You had 8 hours. You had 8 hours with Tano abandoned.
Tano's
abandoned.
You all are grown ass people. You can go get food. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
You're being a real asshole, Mo.
I'm dealing with some stuff. Okay, can't you be a little supportive?
I guess.
I'm the one who did this. I'm the one who did it. Okay? Let me grieve it. Jesus.
Okay. Who's Jesus?
Sorry. What's the name of a god?
In a very Jesus-like position is Uakal.
Oh, okay.
Uakal.
By Uakal, okay? Sim, I've been your emotional support for weeks now. Give me one moment to not be emotionally supportive.
Emotionally? Why have I need... You needed to be emotionally supportive to me. How? I'm totally fine. Okay. I am, as you said, a fully functioning adult. I don't need you.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
Well, I need you right now to do this for me. I need you to set this up, get the tower to take this kid.
I'm going to have to think about this.
Sim, please.
I can't think right now under these. This is a whole lot. You know what? I have a palace chamber to take a sleep in. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to storm out.
Okay. Tano's going to follow you.
Tano, what are you doing?
I'm not staying with him. The bastard left me out there.
I don't know that I can get you into the. You want to come with me to the palace?
She just throws her hands. I don't even know what and she just sighs and she just does not know what to say.
Okay. Let's go get you some food. And I'm going to lead Tano with me just downstairs to the tavern. I'm going to order a drink. I think that once I had made it out of Talbots. Like I made myself look like a guard to sneak out of there, but then I just made myself look like a commoner. So it doesn't look like there's just a guard having a drink with this little mouse folk. So, so I'm going to order myself a drink, order Tano some food. Just like, okay, Tano. Okay. I think I kind of blew up back there.
Very distraught, by the way.
I think I sort of blew up back there. I think we're going to need to go back up there. I think I was kind of a jerk.
Well,
I mean,
I mean that meanie head deserves it.
She is so cute. Poopy phase.
Tano, Mo did wrong, right? I mean, he should, but let's think about it. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? Like, you guys think I don't know? Like, I know, okay? I know there's something between you guys. Think about it.
Maybe there's not. Maybe there shouldn't be.
I don't want to get in the middle of it. All I'm saying is, let's think about it. What Mo had to do back there? I mean, he stuck a guy in a bag. Okay, like he murdered somebody. That's like a lot, right? Like, I mean, if I'm being honest, I had to go through some therapy after just some intense rolls where I murdered people. So, I mean, and Mo did it for real. I've never done it for real. Well, I mean, until I became an adventurer. I just, maybe we need to be a little more considerate. I mean, he did go through something, and maybe he couldn't face you, right?
Roll persuasion.
14.
She looks unconvinced, just picking at fruits on the plate.
Tano,
munching them and like angrily munching.
I mean, Tano, how do you feel about the fact that Mo has done this thing?
It's not the murder I'm mad at. It's how he's treating us.
I know. I don't like it either, but I mean, again, he doesn't feel good about what he did. I mean,
I don't feel good about a lot of things. Doesn't mean that I treat my friends like.
I know.
Like
I know. I hear you, but he's just. I think he needs us right now. Like it's not ideal, but he's just not handling things very well, right? And we need him, right? He needs us, but we still need him. We can't do this just the two of us. You know we can't handle this. And
what's your end game here? Are you just going to become Talbot from here on out?
Oh, I don't think I can do this long term. I mean,
that can't be healthy for you.
No. It's not. I mean, Zaren's nice and all, but it's a little weird. I do think that Mo is onto something about getting Valros somewhere safe. I think we set that in motion, and I've got a lot of information. I think the next step is really just to say I need to go to the front lines or something. You know, I need to go there.
Well, why not just slip out and disappear?
Just without saying anything?
It'll make them very confused.
I mean, yeah, getting lost somewhere or something, like, you know, saying I don't know. I just disappearing entirely. I don't know. I kind of want to leave the door open. People
disappear all the time.
I kind of want to leave the door open to returning if for some reason that becomes necessary. I don't know. But I mean, you're probably right. I guess, wow, I'm just already getting connected to these people. You're right. This is dangerous.
Like Zarin and I were planning our anniversary.
I guess it should probably happen soon. Zarin was planning a a big party for my birthday next week, but
It's not your birthday, Sim.
right, of course. I mean, Talbot's birthday. I that's what I meant.
Have you tried throwing the marshal badge away? I mean, that's the whole reason you did this.
Right. Sorry. Sometimes I get caught up in my roles, a little too much. And I start sympathizing with the character, whether they're good or bad. Okay. Are you done? I point at your food.
She just stuffs a few pieces of watermelon into her cheek.
All right. We need to go back up there. I know you're mad at him, but
She's just kind of
has a
glowering.
marshal. He has a marshal badge too. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna go back upstairs and knock on the door.
She follows kind of grumpily behind.
Knock, knock, knock.
And you're like, what?
Is he
doing
taking
coke
drugs
in
in there?
No, it was like I was trying to do like, I'm gonna clean up because I've been crying.
Oh, okay. It definitely sounded like you were snorting cocaine.
You're yeah, baby.
Spice? Do you spice?
And like you hear I call out like, who is it? But there's like a little like sad little crack in my voice.
It's Sim and Tano. We're back. I'm sorry. Can we come in?
And I go and I open the door and I let you in.
Okay. I'm sorry. I let my emotions get the better of me. Don't have this wrong. We're still pissed. Not the way you handle
Tano's
things.
nodding very, very emphatically.
Very pissed the way you handled things. Okay.
I know.
But we understand that what you had to do was kind of a big deal. And I apologize for getting sort of wrapped up in this new role of mine.
And I guess I apologize for just trying to help you out of this whole marshal badge mess.
Tano, not productive right now. But yes, marshal badges. Tano set me straight downstairs, right? I was honestly losing sight of the most important things here. I was caught up in the fancy clothes, the doting spouse, this family. As awkward as it was kind of nice to have a family for a night. I mean, I have a family, but not. Anyways, and I do feel like I got some valuable information. But the marshal badges is why we did all of this, right? It can't be for naught. Do you have yours? Where is it?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. I think we need to try to get rid of them.
Okay. So what? Just like
I don't
chuck it
know.
out the window?
I don't know. You're the sciencey guy with all the chemicals and shit. It smells like garbage in here.
I assume I have like a burner, and so I'm gonna like put it in a pot or something. Maybe see if I can melt it. Is that insane?
You're going all Dothraki on it. Getting right. Yeah. You put the marshal badges in there, and as you heat it up and it starts to reach its melting point, you feel a twinge of pain over your chest, but that dissipates and they just melt into a soupy mess of silvery metal.
And like the second I feel that twinge, like I'm going to rip open my shirt and like look at it, and
you're clear.
All right.
I think it worked.
Yeah. Thank God.
I mean, wow, what a relief. Man, this feels good. Do you feel good, Mo? Does this feel good? Right?
And I just stare at you.
I mean,
with like almost like a glaring look.
Okay, look. This wasn't ideal, but think about it. Think of all the awful things. How many more people we might have had to murder if we hadn't taken care of Talbot. I mean, it's like
if I hadn't taken care of Talbot.
I feel like it was a group effort.
Yeah, it was definitely a group effort. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just mad, and it comes off that way when look, I can't help my mousy voice.
Look,
Yeah. Look, Mo, we appreciate what you did. We do. Okay. And yeah, you had to do the hardest part, but let's not pretend like we all didn't have a stake in this. We all didn't help. Okay. Did I feel like I didn't impress upon you how awkward that dinner was. I mean, it was.
Are you fucking comparing an awkward dinner? No. Whatever. Yeah, you're right. You really suffered. I'm sorry about your loss.
I have to go back to my palace, Talbot's palace, and keep up this charade.
Isn't that what you love doing? You're an actor. Go act. Right? What do you want? You've been saying this adventure thing is temporary. Now you have a lifetime role. You get paid a lot of money.
This isn't
Mo, there's no way that it is not a smart idea to try to be Talbot for any longer really than look, we're already pushing the limits of our luck here. Convincing someone for a day that, you're a person might be doable long term.
I'm running out of pet names.
So you're saying
what happens when they ask you something that you're supposed to remember?
So the one more time the one more 1 or 2 days that you have to continue this is too much?
No, it's not. I just feel like you're not fully appreciating the danger I'm putting myself in every second. I am Talbot.
You're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to everyone.
I needed to hear that.
Tano, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here.
Are you being truthful there? Or
I am hanging on by a thread. I'm trying to sound like it's like a half-hearted apology.
Roll persuasion, disadvantage.
Let me do the computer.
This is getting too real.
Oh, no, tapas.
No tapas.
Because
I love tapas.
Me too. Why did I close this? Because I'm whack.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mo.
Whack-a-mo.
What did you say? Persuasion?
Yes. Or deception. Your choice.
I choose deception.
Yeah.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
14.
What is your insight, Sim? Add Sim's wisdom and his insight bonus. The plus whatever.
So my wisdom, you want me just to look at hard wisdom like the big number?
Literal big number of that.
12.
12. And what's your insight?
Insight is +7, so 19.
Ooh, no, he's lying out of his ass. This is not a genuine apology.
He's trying. There's a bit of it, right? Like he does feel bad about all this, but it's almost like the priority is getting it done with so we can move on.
Okay.
And Tano's just not in a receptive mood.
Can I tell?
Yeah, it's not being hidden at all.
Yeah.
She is definitely sitting next to Sim and ignoring you currently.
Tano, I felt like this was the right move. I'm sorry. Like, I'm doing my best, Like, can't you see I'm doing my best? You gotta believe me.
You can do your best and not treat your friends like shit.
That's what I'm referring to, right? I'm not like in the big scheme of things, this is one incident, right? Like why we don't have to ruin what we have. Like
I didn't say anything's ruined. I'm just saying I'm going to need some time.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I understand. But it goes two ways. I'm going to need time too. Like,
yes, but you see, the difference is I'm telling you we need time and you just disappeared.
Because I needed time. I'm sorry. I don't want to look you in the face and tell you I killed a father.
but I was here to help you.
I just feel like since we brought up this plan, you've been increasingly more disappointed in me. Like the thought that I would do this. And I think I'm a fucking hero for doing this because you don't have to live through this shit. Okay. I'm living through some shit right now. Everything I know is gone. The person I thought I was is fucking gone. Okay. So I'm sorry, but I need some support.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of We Never Learned the Rules. Thank you so much for listening to episode 26 of our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I am
25.
Brendan. Sorry, 25. Thank you for listening to episode 25 of our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I am Brendan, your dungeon master, with Evan and Anna, Mo, Baptiste, and Sim. I also play Tano.
That's important.
It is. I like Tano. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach us at What Rules Pod on Twitter or whatrulespod@gmail.com. Our next episode next Friday will be Call of Cthulhu, episode whatever. I don't remember. This is a lot.
Do you want me to look?
No, it's...
I wouldn't know.
It would be episode 25 as well.
Yeah.
Because it's even at this point. The week after that will be called the next episode of this D&D campaign. It's been 3 months. Please forgive me for messing up the outro, but
No.
wiggity whack. We will see you again next time on We Never Learned the Rules. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.